Canto 11, A Letter Home. 9 torrid months finds Lena's mind a whirl, still grieving for the loss of her daughter. She always seemed a fit and healthy girl. How could she have died of pneumonia? My darling wife, we must give up her ghost. Fresh toast and butter knife. Friedrich, fetched in the post. Papa, this is Karl's handwriting. Max snatched at his son's hand. Tensions delayed the opening. Too few contents too soon scanned. All is well, but he is missing Mama, his food so bland. Everywhere the army victorious. He'll be home, he is sure, before Christmas. The proudest I have ever been. My boy, he is so brave. Zavers, eye sheen films with dark green affections he did crave. So rushed to join the U-boat arm for action and the wave. Berlin, September 1941. Prisoner of war. Cradle of Slavic Christianity, blown up. Sergei Stiltsky's own brethren trudge slowly through a depressing city. Close to the road resounds an explosion. Marching to war, yon Kiev's anxious hive. Toward the front dull roar, one rifle lattering 5. A disaster without precedent. The largest ever troop trap as Hitler wounds an elephant with a circle on the map. With Stalin sat impenitent as broke the thunderclap, 600,000 survived the battle, fenced off in roofless fields like dumb cattle. Food! Food! Sergei springs to action and sprinting to this barbed wire. Heaving legion of starving men moaning hunger's desire. Scrapping for scraps, he caught a bat, though stale wolf gorged entire. The Ukraine, September 1941. Drang nach Osten. Stalin's laughter haunts Hitler's garish dreams. Ghosts whisper, De Lander, hey Carthago. Good morning conference, his sulphur screams. I must begin the drive upon Moscow. Perhaps we should first form a winter's line. Nonsense, with one last shove, the Kremlin shall be mine. As mucky and encroaching seas thick brown froze every axle, the Wehrmacht sinks up to its knees, jack boots suck from each ankle. Their throttle roar, more flagging breeze, a foundering battle. While Ollie rifles through the Russian dead, some sleep-caught stands and stabs him in the head. Calm blew that black-toothed grin away and dug his friend's death hole. The grave filled in, lost felt like kin, for friendship touches old, while from the ruthless heavens winter's first snowflake did fall. Dorogobus, October 7th, 1941. Emperor. Lilts Tojo, admiring lush lane gardens, yon lotus buds with flowers commingling, through palace halls tapestried with legends, to the throne of a line everlasting. Low bows he there unto his emperor, sat on his dragon's chair, as something vizier. His Excellency Hideki has gained Hirohito's trust. How long must we let them treat thee like some coolie in the dust? We must attack our enemy, to strike first is a must. Destroy our great Pacific rival. Yamamoto wills your heart to battle. He thought a while, then with a sigh, he loosed war with a nod. A crime on high, a time to die in service to this God, when murder may be justified, when snooning neath his rod. I'll change that last one. Got many rhymes with God though. Day in the life. Dust devils swept the deadlock of Tobruk, dead heart of this most dreadful of dead lands. The molten hostile sky of the man look. Medusas, blood serpents squirming through sands. As dawn's slow grows, eager for the slaughter, Tommy Sumner arose. Life short, but days shorter. From out some mess tin Tom did shave. Noble need and khaki pants. White knight of a crusader wave Carthaginian elephants, whose citadels turned total grave. Flames licking from the vents, and with their best mates shot on either side, a brown-eyed boy from Burnley nearly died. As Billy writhed in agony, on hot sand worm gut spilled, how terribly veterans see such hellish sights did build. If me number ain't on it, Tommy thought, shan't get killed. Kyrenaica, November 1941. Fortress Malta. Mussolini blames his woes on Malta, allows this hornet's nest Allow this hornet's nest no hour of rest. An unsinkable aircraft carrier from now all her activity depressed. She is the knife pressed on lines of supply. Her people full of life, then they will have to die. The Maltese met Il Duce's rage, determined on liberty. Prisoners in an island cage, they dug themselves to safety. A second Neolithic age for faith's first family. Life living in a limestone catacomb. Candles and prayers lighting up the gloom. Fighting for their little country, they helped a global cause. Between Italy and Tripoli, attacked the Axis stores with submarines and Wellingtons and all the rack of wars. Mediterranean, November 1941. Blaze of wars. Blaze. And all the blaze of wars. Glimpse of glory. Fascisti raced to the gates of Moscow, ran ragged in her ruined environs. Ice caked at 35 below zero, and the Ruskies still scrapping like demons. Skirting the verge of that fabled city, one last glorious surge must seize them victory. Kampfswagen, engine warmed by fires, Korn's company advances, and reconnaissances acquires most mythical of glances. In nearing distance, Moscow's spires flutter like goldfinches. Rough volley of gunshot disturbs the dream, for motley crews of workers on them stream. With the panzers frozen solid a few leagues to the rear, entrenched Russian with wrench and gun in action ever near, with Pisca's sight, those spies espied mist shrouds, then disappear. Khimki, December the 3rd, 1941. The pendulum turns. For those friends having failed to run the course, Willie's harp sang a sad and lilting dirge, breakfasting on the flesh of frozen horse, sweat froze to Korn at his madness's verge. Reduced to rags, barely to mention, all torn and tattered flags, or worn and shattered men. Over Moscow's frozen river came Zhukov's come to attack, fresh soldiers of Siberia from many a hunter's shack. Spirits fortified by vodka, snowsuit upon the back, would pulverise the exhausted Germans, supported close by warplanes and cannons. Thus descends the same retreat that slew the Grand Army. Across our sheep, trot with defeat, trudging dejectedly, burning homes and potatoes to allay the enmity. Russia, December 6, 1941. Can do better on the last line. American opinion. Rita clocks off another working day, making deadly accoutrement of war. Collected her ever-increasing pay, then nipped in for a whiskey down Hank's bar. Conversation deepens at the refill. I did not raise my son just to die for church. I fought, said Hank, in Flanders Mare back in 1917. Pulled Britain's chestnuts from the firing scenes that you've never seen, just so that lousy old empire remains our global queen. A tear slipped from the corner of his eye. You know, I saw a lot of good men die. She drains the glass, gushed from her core. God bless America. Walks through the door to Ned's new store. There buys a newspaper. Front pages dominated by sour-faced Mr. Hitler. Jerkwater, December 6, 1941.